Okay, Instagram, hello. Hi, everyone. It is Ayana, your transformation health coach. Hello, hello, hello. We are waiting for Facebook to catch up, and we're going to be live on Facebook in just a moment. Hello, Instagram. Hello, hello, hello. I'm really excited. Now, as we wait for Facebook to catch up, if you want to catch any of these resources that I'm talking about, you're going to want to go on Facebook or YouTube in just a few minutes because I'm going to be showing my slides and sharing my screen. So just a little note there. Hi, Facebook. Welcome. I was talking to Instagram for a moment because Facebook took a couple extra seconds. So hello, everyone. I'm so excited that you're here. Happy Sunday to you all. And I'm really excited because I'm really excited about the inauguration. Shout out to everybody else who's excited about that. I'm really hopeful about, where our country might be going as far as trying to, hopefully get to a more peaceful, cooperative place. So let's see where things go from there. And if you know that you want to be a part of the solution, helping to build solutions in our country right now, please let me know because I can connect you to some powerful organizations that are doing exactly, all types of work along that front. All right. And so as usual, everyone, I am Ayana, your transformation health coach, and welcome to your Sunday afternoon. Hello. And as usual, I'm going to be looking at both my Instagram, hello, Instagram camera, and also my Facebook and YouTube camera. So forgive me if you're like, why, is she looking at me or not? What's going on with all that? And I'm really excited to come to you today because let's talk about the things that, all month we've been talking about, goal setting and all the things that kind of get in the way and sabotage goal setting. And today I'm really excited because now we get to get into the tools, okay? And these are tools that I use and that I also use with my clients to help me set goals that I can reach. So whether it's a health goal or a life goal, it needs a good foundation. And sometimes we kind of, have these good ideas for goals that we want to set for ourselves, but we don't recognize some of the pre-work that needs to go into that. So if you're just kind of writing things down on paper, that's great. That's excellent. That's the first part of the battle. But if you feel like you have a hard time achieving your goals, it may be because you are missing this critical step. So let's go ahead. And if you're, I just want to give a little caution. I said this before with Instagram. If you're on Instagram, hi, thanks for watching. If you're on Instagram and you're watching this video and you're missing out on me sharing my screen because I'm using my webinar and it's only streaming to Facebook, you can always catch the video replay a little bit later with the screen showing. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you all because I'm really excited to present some tools that I use to help me accomplish my goals. And the course that I have to offer right now that I'm really excited about is called Fail Proof Your Goals, okay? And what that means is very simple, right? It's all about, really thinking through in a deep way what are all of those things that actually sabotage our goals, what we can do about them, doing real pre-work, then setting goals that are real and that are going to be helpful. Now I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek into this. Hey, I love you too. Oh, thank you for watching. How are you? Tell me how you're doing in the comments, okay? Instagram is sending me some love. So thank you, Instagram. Yes. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And again, if you're on Instagram, you're going to miss the shared screen. I apologize, but Zoom webinar only allows me to broadcast my screen to one social site. So it's Facebook and YouTube who are getting this right now. So right now what you're seeing is a sneak preak. This is what happens when you have little kids. You start saying things that make no sense. But this is a sneak peek into the Fail Proof Your Goals course. And what I'm really excited about is because you guys know I'm a health coach. I help people transform the way that we look at food, exercise, but most importantly, how we respond to ourselves, okay? And when you work on your mindset, it is incredible how many goals are able to fall into line just like that. And I'm really excited because, I did this as a webinar in 2019 and it was really popular. And the messaging was, I think it was really well done. And there's some great resources in that webinar that you can take advantage of to set goals, whether they're health goals or not. It doesn't have to be a health goal, and that's the beauty of it. And so I'm walking you through this now so that you can see exactly what you're in for with this course, because it really is amazing. So the first thing is you'll see it's only 60 minutes. Okay, and it's only $8.99 right now until the end of January. So you're definitely going to want to jump on that right now because the price is going to go up. But this is the time. You know, a lot of us have that motivation. We get really excited about a new year, about doing something new. Some of us get a little skeptical, but you know, it's not about perfection. It's about, you know, really working on our mindsets, working on the blocks that get in our way, and then also finding a way to set goals that'll actually last. Hey, thanks for joining. So here is, you know, it talks, you know, in this resource, I'm showing you, you know, the webinar itself is 60 minutes, and I don't have 60 minutes with you here, but when you purchase that course, you'll get those 60 minutes. It's only $8.99. And you'll also get walked through all of these resources. You'll get a slide deck and all of these resources that I'm sharing my screen with that you can see right now. And the first question it asks you, the first thing that it goes into is, why do we struggle with our goals? And it asks you to really think about what it is that gets in the way of you setting your goals. So thinking about a goal that you recently tried to accomplish, what got in the way for you? Okay, and then you can write about that. And then, you know, we also, it goes in, there's a slide there that talks about the things that usually get in the way, right? We're usually really busy. We usually have a lot of responsibilities. We usually care for people, and sometimes we don't put our needs last. And so then, you know, and in the workshop, we break all of that down and why all of that is a myth. Okay, so you're going to want to check that out. And then the other thing it asks you to think about is, you know, getting really real. You know, a lot of times we say we don't have enough time. But is it really that we don't have enough time? Or is it that we just put everyone else's needs before ourselves? Or maybe that we're dealing with fear. Hi, thanks for joining. Oh, we got a lot of Instagram viewers. So is it a fear thing? Is it, you know, because you don't know how to take care of yourself? You've always taken care of everyone else. Me on both counts. And so, and it helps you, and then the resources in this course help you to break all of that down, okay? So then if you're watching the screen on Facebook or YouTube, you just saw Homer Simpson. Yes, Homer Simpson is, I have a couple of pictures of him. And then it goes through the real reasons why we struggle, you know, with fear, not knowing our big why, right? Not really being deeply connected to why it is we want to accomplish that goal. And then also not having a dream, not having a bigger vision. These are usually the three biggest things. Every time we try to accomplish a goal, you know, or change our habits in some kind of way, and we find ourselves getting stuck, it's because either our motivation is not deep enough, like we're just like, meh, I just want to do it because other people tell me that it's the right thing to do, or I know logically it's the right thing to do, but I don't really feel it, right? Okay, how many of us feel that? Or because we're afraid of failure, okay, and so many other things. So in this toolkit, you'll see ways of dealing with that fear, okay? So in this section, if you're on Facebook and YouTube, you can see my screen sharing. You'll see that there's resources here for how to deal with fear. And I have a really powerful journaling tool that I use with clients, that I give at workshops, and that have really helped people move past their fear, that I've used to move past my own fear as well too, okay? And then the second thing that I talked about too is not knowing your why, right? And if you're sharing my screen with me, you can see this. And then I have tools and tricks here. So number one, the importance of really knowing your why. And just to kind of sum it up, when you know your deeper why, like why it is that you're motivated to do something, it's way easier to take action. You know, I've said this before with budgeting, right? And well, let me give an exercise example first, but I always talk about exercising and budgeting as two things that I was really against, that I really struggled with. I really struggled with taking good care of my money and also exercising. I hated exercise. And with both of those things, I really felt they felt like a chore to me, right? So many of us feel that way. It feels like something we have to do. It sucks, it's boring. But actually, when I got connected with what really motivates me and that I want to be free, well, guess what? Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. When you know that, I want to be connected to freedom, I want to feel free. Physical health and freedom go hand in hand. Having energy, right, to keep up with our loved ones, with our kids, with our family members, with our friends, having the energy to take care of people who matter to us, having the energy to go after our goals and dreams and go to school or whatever else it is that we want to do is extremely important, right? And when I had time to really flush out my deeper why and vision, was like, oh, okay. All of these things that felt like chores before and things that I just had to do, no, they helped me be freer. They helped me live freer. And so by being connected to that, I'm like, okay, it's way easier for me to take action now. So a lot of people ask me, how are you able to lose 50 pounds? How are you able to exercise and all of that? I'm like, it's because it's connected to freedom for me. And that is my big why. And same thing with budgeting, right? I don't want to budget just because I want to like not have any fun. I want to budget because I want to be free, because I want to build wealth, because I want to help my community grow and prosper and be better. And my family do the same thing. I don't want to always be worrying about bill collectors or people coming after me. You know, like the weight, the toll that having debt and people chasing after you for a bill just has on your spirit, you know. Shout out to my 20s, right? But it's just too much. And so the freedom thing for me is huge. And that's why all of these goals, building my business and everything else, are deeply connected to me wanting to be free. And so when you come into contact with that big why, taking action becomes a lot easier. Okay, so there are tips here for how to do that, like actual, you know, in this course that I'm going through right now, that I'm showing you, sharing my screen with, you can see that there are tools to help you figure out what your big why is, okay? And then, but here's the other thing I just want to say about the big why too, is it can be a little hard to do on your own. So if you need a little bit more support than that, there's no shame in that. You know, you can definitely hit me up for a free breakthrough session. We'll explore, you know, what your big why is. And I talk about why it's so important and life-changing. And we'll also talk about, you know, what it is that's really blocking you and getting in your way. We'll get specific about that. And then we'll create a plan together. There's no strings attached for you having to schedule coaching with me, but just having a session is going to be really amazing. And also too, I'm really excited about group coaching, because in group coaching, we're keeping it a very small group for this first run at my group coaching. We're going to be going into deep, you know, I have all the tools to help you explore your deep why and go into detail about your big why. Okay, so we'll be doing all of this together too. And then another issue that comes up, I mentioned before, not dreaming. And we talked about this, you know, in recent weeks, I've been obsessed and talking to you about dreaming and having dreams. But here's the important thing, right? Dreaming when we were a kid felt really magical. But somewhere when we become an adult, we get disconnected from that. You know, we're kind of told that like, in order to live the lives we want to live or take care of business, we have to stop dreaming. But dreaming is amazing. And as I said before, dreaming and your big why help connect you to all of those things you want to accomplish. When they're connected to a dream, the dream of, you know, maybe you would like to, you know, move to Hawaii and live on the beach. I don't know, you know, whatever it is you want to do, right? But your goals can be connected to that big dream and vision you have for yourself. And it makes it so much easier to take care of them. We deserve to dream. And then if you're looking at if you're sharing the screen with me, you'll see that it goes into why our dreams matter in a more detailed breakdown. Okay, so I've given you some of that here. And then most importantly, a dreaming exercise, okay? This is like a written vision board and it's so cool and awesome. So go ahead and check that out. You see that there's an activity for everything, right? So giving yourself time, breaking it down. You don't have to do this all in one day, all in a couple of hours, but maybe like, you know, just picking a week or two that you want to spend, you know, 30 minutes on or 20 minutes on at a time, working through these activities will really help give you a lot of clarity. And then finally, here is the big money maker with this, okay? And that's why this course, this 60-minute course with these slides and resources that I'm showing you right now is really awesome too, because again, it's only $8.99, but not only do we go into dreaming and what gets in the way, but we also go into how to set proper goals, okay? This is huge. Dreams are great, but if you try to set a goal that is too big, too much, or too overwhelming, we shut down. We shut down. Habit change takes time. And sometimes we're so excited, we want to do it all super fast, and then we burn out. And the next thing you know, it's end of January, and we're like, what happened to all of my enthusiasm? So definitely go ahead. You're going to want to check this out. It's incredible and amazing. And it goes through how to set proper goals and a checklist. So here are, you know, I'm walking you guys through all the slides. I'm looking at them now, but it breaks you through all of the questions you need to think about, what specific steps will need to be taken, you know, how to create a good action plan, and then giving yourself 2 to 3 goals to accomplish in a month, and then using the whole SMART goals system, which I love, okay? And as an educator and a coach, I love using SMART goals, and it walks you through exactly how to make SMART goals. And this is really well paired with the 60-minute course, because in that 60-minute course, I show you example goals and how you can create them yourselves, okay? So there's a couple of slides about how to do that. It's really breaks it down so that anyone can do it, okay? So that we all can do it. And then finally, also too, it gets into the big motivating factor. So again, more about motivation, how to anchor your goals, using things in your environment to help you remember your goals. So on my phone, for example, I have a great screensaver that talks about dreams and goals. It's my lock screen. So every time I go to unlock my phone, I see it and I'm like, okay, and I remember it. It could be a piece of jewelry you wear, just anything that helps you, that helps remind you of this process and helps remind you of what you're doing. And then finally, it has a section in it for goal setting in our real lives, okay, which I absolutely love. So this whole section here is about really thinking through and going through your week and making you schedule in the time for yourself. Now, I've created what I've called an ideal week for myself. Now, an ideal week doesn't mean that everything has to be perfect, right? Or that every week it's going to look exactly the same. But it means that you are really being strategic and thinking through, how much time do I have on a Monday? How much time do I have on a Tuesday to devote to this or devote to anything else? And do I really have time to take on all these things, or is this doing too much? And so by doing that, it allows you to not just dream big and set great goals, but really be honest with yourself about the time that you have and what days work best for you to take action. Okay. So exploring your fears, exploring the things that sabotage you, allowing yourself to dream and get really motivated so that taking action is no big deal, right? And then also really being honest with your, setting goals that feel achievable, that don't feel too big and too overwhelming. And then also too, planning it with the time that you actually have, not with time that you would like to have. Okay, so I'm really excited about all of this. And finally, too, if you really want to explore, we're going to be going through, I'm going to stop sharing my screen a little bit so I can see you guys. So you guys see that is the Fail Proof Your Goals course. And it is available, by clicking in the link in the description. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, you can click the link in my bio and have access to that. It's amazing. It's only $8.99 this month. It's incredible. And you see it's jam-packed. There's so much in there. And it's done best when you start it, do a little bit each day, right? Not to overwhelm yourself. And if you also want to work on this process with me and my friend Jolie, who's a personal trainer, live and in person, you can also click on that link in the description on Facebook and YouTube, or in my bio if you're on Instagram. Shout out to Instagram. And you guys can do purchase your ticket for the vision board party. We're going to be doing it virtually next Saturday, the 30th. Okay. So join us live as we do that. It's going to be really, really awesome. We'll be getting into all of these different themes that I talked about. Okay. So with that said, it's Sunday. How do you want to enter your week? What is one amazing thing that you can do for yourself this week? Because you really do deserve it. All right. And I hope you guys enjoy your week. Have a good one. And again, this course is only discounted for another week and a half. So go ahead and take advantage of this. You deserve to make goals that stick. You deserve to go after your dreams, guys. Bye, everyone. See you later.